Sorry, I feel like there's no longer dogs to look at while you wait for me. No. Do you want to see? I did get a couch. I found a couch that could be delivered the next day. It was not easy. And then I have multiple bed frames and no beds, and the bed frames are not put together. Thanks. I found the outfit at Target. Here's the house. It's completely fucking empty. I did get a pool though, which was all I wanted. I've wanted to live in Arizona and have a pool my whole fucking life. And it's still $500 cheaper than my tiny ass apartment. And it's my very own pool. The thing is actually like has a fountain. Anyway, this is obnoxious that I'm trying this. You can live like a king in this fucking state. I don't understand. Why doesn't everyone want to live here? Hold on, watch. This is actually how it cleans itself. What? Crazy how I manifested this as well, because you should have seen the dumps that I got denied. What did I do with my water bottle? I applied for multiple places and kept getting rejected. Because my job is insane. I haven't been doing it very long. And I filed bankruptcy last year. And I'm married, but not married. And I have no excuse for why I left my apartment in Tennessee or in LA and why I was in Tennessee and whatever. So I just kept getting shot down for places that I was like, I guess I could do this. And then I started to freak out because I was like, oh my God, what did I do? This impulsive thing. I just moved here and I didn't have much money. And then I was just like, okay, these things always work out. They always work out in my best interest. So I'm really only getting turned down for places that I don't really like. And the one place that I told you guys about that I wanted, I got denied. They wouldn't even let me fill out an application. Well, I filled out the application, but they didn't even let me do like the credit check or anything else. And then I came to this place and I didn't think I was going to like it because the pictures weren't great. And, but I was starting to get desperate. Like I was trying not to be scared, but I was like, okay, I guess I just need to apply for every house with a pool in my price range. And, I applied for this one and the guy was like, you can come this morning. And I almost didn't come. And then I was like, I forced myself to get here. And when I walked in, I was like, this is so much better than the other houses. It really should be a lot more expensive, I think. And I was like, I love this. The pool's like so fucking nice. And the house was so nice. Like everything else was like creaky floorboards and shit in this price range. I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a rental, in this climate. And I like had it I had it within like 3 hours. He approved me. And I was like, do you want to, then I thought it was a scam because I was like, do you want to see proof of income? Like, why is he not asking for anything? And anyway, crazy. And I had a house within, I think I got a hair up my ass that I'm going to leave and go to Arizona. It wasn't really hair up my ass, but I decided I was going to leave and go to Arizona. And within a week I had a house in Arizona. It was crazy. Anyway, how are you guys? I have a house in Arizona with no bed because, I ordered a bed and it never showed up. And then my bed is in LA and me and Dan Donahue are going to drive it back. I left like 5 things. Like I put all my stuff when I left LA, I put it in storage and then promised my mom she could have it all. I can't imagine my mom trying to pull any of this off. Sleep in the pool. I could, it's like bath water. It's a giant bathtub. It's a giant bathtub I can swim in. I'm such a fish. I just need it. I'm so Pisces. I slept on this couch and it's amazing. It was great. I slept better in the couch than I was having insomnia in that hotel. Anyway, what's up, guys? We got like 47 people in here. So I've got some downloads, some stuff I want to talk about, but I feel like I'm going to do an energy update tomorrow, and I feel like I want to save it for that. So let's talk about, do you guys want to talk about this episode at all? Does anyone have any questions about the 2-cup method? Would you like me to do a demonstration of the 2-cup method right now on video? Because I know it's kind of hard to, I'm going to make a funny one on the internet, but is there anybody that wants help doing their cups? Yes? Okay. Whew, this laptop is hot. Also, I let my kids go live with their dad. Well, they get to decide where they want to live. Okay, that's the garbage disposal. They get to decide where they want to live, and they've been with me for 2.5 years. And but I like sucked during the tick thing, and since I've been on the antibiotics, now I'm like, can I have my kids back? I was so overwhelmed with them, which is weird because I've never been overwhelmed with them, and they're the easiest. Don't manifest me a dog, no pets here. There's some kind of flying squirrel thing that I think I want. I could do without this overhead. Oh, fuck it. Okay, hold on, I need a cup. I guess I could just do this. Excuse the mess. Flail a little bit harder, Jessa. Nope. Can I get this fucking glare? What the fuck? There we go. Jesus Christ. All right. Bring it up higher. All right, 2-cup method. It's so funny, I can't get comfortable. There we go. Jesus Christ. All right, so you got 2 cups, all right? This is my left. This represents the old timeline. It has water in it because the water is you. It's where you currently live. Found out my ex has been seeing 3 girls at the same time. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oof. Sugar gliders. Thank you. I've been like, how do I figure out the thing? I want a sugar glider. I have 2 cups, some shit 2 days ago, and yesterday I already had proof of the new timeline. 2 cup. Listen, 2 cups does not fuck around. I did it last April, and then I did it again shortly after, because on the first one I had happily single. That's ketchup. And then the second one I had in a reciprocal relationship with someone who loves me, whatever. And it's almost as if as soon as I nailed happily single, the relationship showed up. 2 cups does not fuck around. I'm not really going to drink this. I'm going to use that. All right. I really thought I cleaned that up before this. A real mess living by myself, by the way. I've never done this. By myself, I mean, it's pretty sick. Okay. What mass? All I see is a kick-ass kitchen. Thank you. I had a wow of a week. Okay. Heard that we were supposed to be specific with what we want, open heart with the universe, get creative control. Okay, so I recommend leaving some stuff for the script. I don't know if I have permission to tell this story, but I just talked to someone who manifested. This wasn't with 2 cups, I don't think, but they manifested land and then it came via a loved one passing away and leaving them land. So manifestation has a tendency to add plot twists. It's really wet. Okay, so the cup on the left is the current timeline. I use printing labels or Post-it notes, okay? Not two sugar gliders, I don't think so. And then the right cup is the empty one, okay? And so let's say here I put in debt and here I put financially free, or here I put making $50,000 a year doing accounting, and here I put making $50,000 a year in the healing arts or whatever. You know, so not too specific. If you're changing timelines as far as a career, I recommend keeping the money the same. If you're going to work for the first time, I recommend using the amount of money you're used to making, and then hop timelines after you've gotten that timeline, hop that to a higher amount of money, okay? So you have these labels on here. I don't have anything that's like a label right now. And then you like really feel what it feels like to be on that timeline. And then pour it into the new timeline. And then once it's in the new timeline, you drink the water. Okay, I'm not going to drink it because I just put that sponge in it. And there you go. And then you put your labels away. For me, I always kept the labels. I stuck them underneath my desk. It felt like it was something else to do. You wash the glasses, put them away, and set it and forget it. I love the use of water too. It's a very powerful ritual. And if things fall apart immediately after you do that, like the next day, like my income disappeared the day after I was like, I don't want this to be my income anymore. Take that as a confirmation that you have collapsed the timeline. Don't freak the fuck out, you know, or if you are freaking the fuck out, just work. Just put some action in. So I should put happily yes. So unhappily married on one and happily single on the other. Exactly. Healing powers of water, doesn't fuck around. There's a lot of water folk on Insta who opened my mind to mindfully using it in holistic health. I love it. Is the full moon a good time? I think a new moon is better for creating, but I never paid attention to moon shit until last year. So I think this new moon is pretty intense with breakups or something. I would Google it. What do I think about using without chaos? I think you can do that if you're a huge pussy, but sorry, I guess we're supposed to stop saying pussy as a derogatory thing. But if you're afraid, you can go ahead and do that. I'm here to have an entertaining movie, so I let the chaos come. Jessa had a reading with you recently. My twin and I signed a lease together, and we're going to move to Denver. We just split up, and it's been really fucking messy and aggressive. Ooh, flaccid penis instead of pussy. Flaccid. That's tight. I feel like I vaguely remember that reading. I'm sorry to hear that. Twins, man. Yeah, the chaos makes a better story. You know what I mean? I like cool that I manifested this new life. So much cooler when I talk about how for 3 months I was like dancing with homelessness, you know? That's such a better story. But I've been manifesting for a little while. So I just like know it's gonna work. So maybe you're not necessarily flaccid, you know, if you say no chaos. I just think I'm in it for the story, as I am with most things. All right, what else did that episode talk about? What else do you guys want to talk about? Anybody want a clarity on twins? I think we talked about a little bit. I really want to talk about the downloads, but I think I should save them for the energy update. Yes, Kristen, we can do that with, you can do that with White Claw. Why are you, download preview? It's just about projection and our stories and the desire to punish. I've been getting a lot of like messages about our inner cop and how we are, I don't know why I ever tried to do anything other than the fucking download. It just, my brain goes blank. We have a desire to punish people, and that is our wounding. And you know, I feel like I've been every kind of villain, or I've like experienced or been close to um uh there's enough chaos, so that's funny. Yeah, you put no chaos. Totally rock hard dick, nothing flaccid about that. Our desire to seek our desire to seek an external enemy is something that's going to be highlighted because we have to heal that part. Okay, we enjoy having external enemies, and we're going to continue to have external enemies if that's what we do with our wounding. And that's not victim blaming or something, but there is programming in us that like our story takes over. And the tick thing is weird. I don't know. It's so strange. I can't believe how many people have tick-borne illnesses. And the desire to punish is like really like showing up for me as like dark right now. I've definitely done it, and I talk about setting billionaires on fire all the time. But I think I got this download that most likely what was going to happen was we would heal our way out of billionaires, not punish. And if I'm honest, it's not a healed part of me that wants to set billionaires on fire. I want there to be equality, and I want to take care, you know, I want us to care about other people. But what makes me want them to suffer because they've caused pain when like I've caused pain is like an unhealed part of me. And we do this in every area, and we're never going to see the end of pain and suffering when our answer to pain and suffering is punishment. And that is the same thing with when we like heal our relationship with the debt system, we get out of debt. And when we heal our relationship with punishment as a solution, because the punishment is really just to make you feel in power, which is part of the debt system. Like we lose our power. And so the only way, we all have this like inner fucking cop. And then we want to take other people's power. And it's this thing with authority, external authority. And we don't have autonomy or agency because it's been programmed out of us. And then we clamor for that power externally. That's been so highlighted for me. And like as a society, we're realizing like, why aren't we just making decisions for ourselves? And like, I think the school system is collapsing right now because it's garbage. And they're flailing. They have no idea what to do about COVID. And I saw like a bunch of educators and like teachers and educators, people within that system building a new system that just doesn't have the, you know, there's like nonprofits for like low income families and like smaller school things where kids are like playing for hours a day, and then they are doing like learning for a couple hours a day. We're learning how much of the standardized testing and all the shit is just fucking bureaucracy bullshit. And yeah, there's a lot happening, but we are really going to that desire to string people up and humiliate them and make them like die and everything else. Like that's our wounding. My divine masculine is coming toe to toe with the unawake masculines in my life. Do you have any tips for that interaction? Disengage, remove access. If there's no like, if something's not productive, just disengage. Is that gray here? Including punishing ourselves. Absolutely. It's all this like, God, it's so gross on Twitter. This fucking dumbass conversation around whether or not people should be getting unemployment. People who can't fucking put food on their table should be getting unemployment because it might de-incentivize working. And then you just have these like cold-hearted people that are like, well, just get a job. And it's like, fuck off. Why are you so afraid of somebody just being okay for a minute without killing them? So it's so, for what? Like, we're not batteries. Like, absolutely agree on the school system. Mayla's comments about the narcissist origin and empath blew my mind. I'm a therapist and work with clients who have survived narc systems. I also was raised in a narc system. Great episode. Thank you so much. Maya, have you sent me an email with your contact info for the, it's called Awakening Informed Mental Health Professionals on the Imagination Project website. The tick thing is part of something bigger coming from the animal realm, reminding humans of their presence and power, no matter how small. Or it maybe give the experience of having all their needs met. Yeah, it's so sick. Is it possible that twins have the same guides? Yeah, twins are the same person. So probably you have the same higher self. So you have the same conscious, but they're all set to different experiences. So one of them's asleep, one of them's awake a lot. You also have multiple of them. I feel like that was my second. I didn't have Wi-Fi or a couch or whatever for a while for the first few days here. How long have I been here? I guess last night was the first night I spent the night here. And I had so many readings. I had 7.5 hours worth of readings. So I feel a little bit useless right now, but I wanted to touch base. And then because I want to do an energy update, I think in the morning, tomorrow, maybe the evening. Let me look. And then I'm going to LA to get my stuff and drive it back. Yeah, it might be the same time tomorrow evening. No, I haven't sent in info. I just opened a group practice with employees and I've been a bit swamped. Oh, okay. Well, you're not, is it possible? Okay, sorry. I work at a school and the way these kids are taught and tested is definitely sucking the life out of them. It's turning them into worker bees. This is where this idea of like, I'm not being productive enough and like, I have to do something I hate for 8 hours a day. This is where it comes from. 8 hours is insane. It's insane. And it's all built around so people can work. And it's like, okay, like my kids were in they were homeschooled and my daughter went to a co-op twice a week. And, but it was like Waldorf style and they played for a lot of the day or did art or whatever. Ugh, God, the fucking school system. So, it's pretty obviously collapsing. It's just insane. I did like multiple teacher readings yesterday and multiple teachers were like, they have no idea are they going back to school or not. Nobody's telling them anything. It's just completely disorganized. And the thing is, these systems are like, we're the authority. We're in charge of this. And it's like, okay, well, you don't seem to have your shit together at all. I think that whatever. So bureaucracy is all crumbling. Fake authority is all crumbling. We're going to create our own things. It's going to be amazing. Teachers really care about kids. Otherwise they wouldn't take that fucking job. And teachers would be much better to design things for kids. Sorry, I feel dumb right now. As tired and stupid as I feel, I still feel 1,000 times better than when I had a tick-borne illness. I do need to go to the doctor and get tested for it, for an official diagnosis, I guess. But the doctor when I listed off the symptoms, she was like, yeah, could be a couple different things. And then when I told her that I felt better after the antibiotics, she was like, she put me on 10 more days. We are starting. That's crazy. We are starting on the 12th with the choice of online or in person. Such a hard decision. That actually sounds pretty organized compared to the other things. I've seen several places that they're like online until November. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. Let's wait until we are completely in the throes of flu season to send them all back. Do I have the tick? No. He pulled it out of my head in April, I think. And but there were a million of those ticks on me. They would crawl on me in my sleep. No, but lots of weird sex in my dreams last night. Oh my god, a dream I had last night was so nuts. Does my nose look different? In this dream, I guess I was getting the new body, but I was like hanging out with a doctor that was in charge of doing my new body, and he was like, "Do you want your nose like a little more pointed?" And I was like, "Yeah, could you put like points here?" And he was like, "Sure." And so he's like cutting open my nose, but we're like at a bowling alley or something crazy, and then Mark comes up and there's a big flap hanging off of my nose, and I'm like, I decided to get a little bit different nose. I hope that, sorry, because I feel like Mark would be like, you know, leave yourself the way you are, But then the guy was like shooting Botox into my skull. And I was like, why are you doing that? I don't want any Botox. And he was like, no, this is going to tighten up your neck. When I woke up this morning, this line was gone from it's back now, but it was gone from my neck. It was really weird. He's like shooting this stuff in my skull. It was very strange. It felt like it was a sign about the body upgrades, but maybe I just should get Botox. Memphis is all online, and they are giving devices and hotspots to families. Some schools started this past week, and 2 kids in 22 different districts are testing positive already. Two. My kids go back Monday, no mandatory masks. Are you kidding me? It's crazy. I did read a CDC thing today that was like kids don't transmit it or whatever, but like, the CDC is whatever. I've been having weird sex dreams too. I have a choice. I like this, the mix of topics, it's like been fucking in my sleep. My kids go back to school on Thursday. They keep positioning here. Some are talking about a teacher strike. Hell yeah. Multiple dreams and visions of airplane crashes, both witnessing them and being on them. Supposed to fly across the country in 2 weeks. Could they be warnings? I don't know. I'm flying tomorrow or the next day. I don't think it's a warning. Oh, maybe. I don't think it's a warning about your flight. Does anyone else hear the background noise in the, oh my God, what? Does anyone else hear the background noise on the live? Sounds like deep digital voices murmuring. I haven't gotten freaked out on this at this house yet. Here it comes. What? Oh my God. What are they saying? One day I woke up thinking my eardrum was exploding, but it was a tick. It came out on its own, thank God. In your ear. Does this make it better? Hold on, I have to listen. No, I don't. It's going to scare the shit out of me. I hate it. All right, what else? Did you guys have any questions? Every live with me has the murmuring. That's a lot of variables. I had my back up against the wall so that we wouldn't have to look at any aliens walking around. So I'm glad you can just hear voices. Cool. What are they saying? They're just murmuring? Jesus Christ. I hate it. Is it only when I talk? Any extra planning for August? What do you mean? So yeah, get whatever you got to get done in August. Enjoy the summer while you can, as they say. Get ready to potentially plant yourself. Is the fountain still on? I don't think so. Do I have compression on your mic? It might be boosting background noise when you're not talking. I don't know. I'm just using the onboard mic right now. I didn't leave the fountain on. Is it like, I don't know if like August is like hurry up, like if we're playing musical chairs, run around in August and then be ready to plant in September to see what happens. None of it's really like predestined, you know, it's just kind of energy hits the planet. So when Mars goes retrograde, sit the fuck still, wait and see what's up. It feels like things get kind of weird, and then we will like figure it out when we're in it. Does that make sense? So like, make a point, Jessa. September 9th to December 18th is just tense and difficult. And there's revelations, realizations, big realizations in October. November feels like a wild card shit show. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say this dude tries to steal the election, but who knows? I don't feel like I ever guess right. Anyway, and then things really like clear up in January. It's just the aliens. It's fine. It just knowing it is just making the energy fucking nuts in here though. So I'm gonna go to the store after this. Oh, you know what? Something is making noise though. This house is like loud. The AC is really loud. Is that thing on? No, but like the AC is loud outside. I don't know. Scared now though. So stupid. I've never lived by myself. I've never lived without like kids or boyfriend or a parent or something. Sound like the fucking air conditioner is struggling to turn on or something. Anyway, sorry. How fucking interesting is that? All right, sorry. This feels like a tick one. How long are we staying put? Okay, so you can try, if you listen to your intuition and not your logic, you can move about when it's time to move about. So I don't recommend creating something new in that energy, but like if you want to drive across the country or something, just pay attention to the energy. Trust your gut. Everyone really needs to move into a place where we're asking our body and not our mind. Or will things start getting weirder? As of right now, it feels to me like we got August. We got all of August. Damn, I've been getting 9th and 18th. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my plan was to head to Nashville whenever it feels like things are going to get squirrely. And so I'm planning on going to Nashville on like the 8th and hanging out there for 10 days and then for all of November. I'm still waiting on the effects of this comment. I know there's COVID. I don't think I knew about a comment. I just binged last summer and you're right a lot. Oh, really? Good to know. I don't hear it anymore. It could have been this like air conditioner was like struggling to start, and because this house is so empty, it's like all this kind of stuff is fucking loud. Yeah, I think this is the air conditioner's on now. This could just be my brain trying to function. I think the sweet spot of readings is 1 to 6. If I start them before 1, I'm like beat, and if I do them after 6, I'm like beat. So I think it's going to be my new work hours. I have a strong urge to purge things within my home lately. Yes, I got that download in so many people's readings. Get rid of your stuff. Get rid of the stuff you're not using. Get rid of the stuff that's sent to, like that you're holding on to for like dumb sentimental reasons. Sorry, I didn't mean to call it dumb, but you know what I mean? Get rid of the stuff that you're like, maybe one day I'll fit in this, or maybe one day I'll make something out of this. That used to be my hoarding thing, was I thought I would make art out of everything. Makes sense because you want to pack light, and getting rid of your stuff is so cathartic, first of all, and it's also like great energy. Like it represents like getting rid of shit that has outworn its purpose in your life. Like resentments and programming and so on and so forth. Yeah, like that lady. Does it bring you joy? That's so crazy. That was like my policy for a long time. Have I used this in the last 90 days is my thing. And I have had to buy stuff that I already owned at one point, but worth it. All right. Anything else? Sorry, I feel like I am burnt the fuck out. We'll do another. We were going to record it today, and then we had technical issues, but I'm recording with an astrologer for this week's episode. And then Dan Donahue's going to come stay here for a few days and help me put together my furniture. So, and hang out and play in the pool. So maybe I'll do a Patreon episode or a live with him. Gifts from narcissist, toss it. Absolutely. Yes, any of that. Sleepover, yes. He's, I guess, going to be sleeping on the couch because this bed's never coming. Every day it's like it's on its way, and then it's like, which is so annoying because I couldn't find anywhere to buy anything. And so I had to fucking buy it from Amazon because you couldn't get anything delivered quick. And then I found the furniture store where I got this couch after I already ordered a futon and a mattress so that there would be a place for Dan. And then they're both late as fuck, and I've tried to cancel them so that I could get a bed from this place. And nope. Fuck you, is what they said. It's not even showing up anymore. Every day they're like, it'll be there by 9 p.m. Oh, it's now expected somewhere between the 31st and August 4th. And it won't let me cancel it. It's crazy. Let me cancel this dumb shit. It's estimated to be delivered yesterday. Whatever. Sorry. I feel like the ADD is really bad right now. Mayla's episode was really great. Thank you. Any thoughts on how diseases like cancer are related to energetic blockages? My mother was recently diagnosed with cancer and is still trying to understand what the root causes could be. I have to say this on a big podcast, but one of the downloads that I got was that we have to be prepared to lose anybody. Because a lot of people are going to hop off before the full ascension. They're not actually going anywhere, but they're hopping out of their bodies. And we are especially supposed to be wrapping our mind around losing our parents. And the analogy that they gave me for that was the 70 download that's coming is like trying to download like the most recent iOS into a Nokia phone. Just the DNA shift is like gonna, and so they're not going anywhere and they're coming back in a different body, whatever. But in the meantime, our relationship with death is supposed to shift to where it's just sad that we miss them, but it's not all the tragedy and loss and stuff that we usually equate with losing somebody. But so a lot of what's happening, like cancer is like a DNA kind of malfunction, right? I don't think we understand how our bodies work, and everything we do to fix it is insane, because we don't understand how energy works in the physical plane. And so a lot of what we do just creates more problems. And so that's kind of my take on it. But ultimately things are going to shift quite a bit when we like release this fear of death. Obviously death sucks on the other side of it. I didn't mean to, sorry, Ruby. I also didn't mean to blurt that download right after you just asked me about your mom getting cancer. I feel like the place in the body where the disease is tells us a lot about she had a genetic mutation that resulted in cancer, definitely related to DNA. Yeah. So it's trying to like, everything right now is like trying to ascend. These bodies are trying to ascend. They're going from 2-strand DNA to 12-strand DNA, whatever the fuck that means. I'm not a scientist. But there's a massive upgrade happening. And lots of people just never planned on staying for the ascension. Like they just weren't here to play that. But a lot of people, like we're having all these crazy symptoms and everything else because our bodies are like trying to catch up to what's happening. And it hasn't really even hit the planet fully yet until January. How did your physical body react to codependency? I got fibromyalgia symptoms from codependency when I was like, for like months when we were away from each other, I was having like massive fibromyalgia symptoms. That was actually kind of one of the things that I thought was happening at Mark's house is I was like, am I activated? Because my knees felt like they were being electrocuted, and my muscles were weak, which kind of reminded me of like codependent activations. My dad has stage 4 esophageal cancer. Totally made sense for him when I thought of where it is. Yeah. So you can work on that area. But like I said, there's a lot of it is, they have already discovered 4-strand DNA in a healthy cell. Man, isn't it great to be woo and have people be like, I don't like woo, I like science. And it's like, all right, well, I mean, we know this shit ahead of time, but whatever. Headaches and blacking out for weeks. I mean, I don't know. I thought a bunch of stuff was ascension symptoms, and now I'm like, I think it was a tick. But Read Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. He talks about how we create disease within our bodies. I feel like I should read that book. I feel like now that I'm in a house by myself, I'm going to read books. My heart goes out to you, Ruby. I'm so sorry to hear that. I was reading a comment, but I say that also. Have you heard of Gabor Mate? He speaks a lot when it comes to the body. The latest episode of A New Ancient Story talks about how viruses transmit and how it's potentially an upgrade to our system. Not a woo show, but totally woo. Whoa, really? Wild. Should I not bother getting a hip replacement? That will be included in the upgrade. I would get it. I don't know. Part of me is like, what if the new bodies are just robot bodies? And, because it's never what you think it's going to be. And then I am like, just replace all my joints. Like, why don't we just go in and get all of our joints replaced, like when we hit 50 or whatever, whenever they go to shit, just like put all new joints in and then we're good. Why are people limping around for 30 years? Why are they $150,000? I listened on Audible, Joe Dispenza. Yeah, maybe I'll download it to my thing. What else did I talk about on that podcast episode? I talked about a tick bite for a very long time. So part of my concern with talking about the alien narcissist, the narcissist that seemed disconnected from their higher self, is because I feel like sometimes we throw narcissist around just to mean like someone is irredeemable. And I think like the people I'm talking about never apologize. Like Trump has no connection to his higher self. He never apologizes. That man has never... It's like, you did this fucked up thing. And he goes, no, I didn't. They gaslight. They're like incapable. Everything's scorekeeping and winning and like what everyone thinks of them. And they never go like, oh, fuck, my bad. And I guess there are narcissists who like pretend to apologize or whatever in order to manipulate some more. But I think there's a lot of people who are narcissistic. I think we're all narcissistic. This entire society is narcissistic as fuck. Like this entire way we're raised. And most people's trauma response is narcissistic. And I've definitely been, when I was young, my first relationship, I feel like I was a full-blown narcissist, but it was like wounding shit. And I grew out of it. I healed out of it. And I feel like sometimes we just throw that title at things to say like this external enemy is irredeemable. So, whatever. So I wanted to kind of like clarify a difference there because we're all somewhere on that spectrum. Levels of narcissism from the episode resonated. I loved, and I can't remember, someone sent me a book about the like gradient of narcissism, and they called people who'd been abused, people who are narcissistic because of trauma, are echoists. And I thought that was great. Alyssa, there's some readings open right now. I'm kind of trying to not book out further than a week. I was supposed to be opening them on Mondays and Thursdays when I like know what my schedule is going to be. I think it's going to be 1 to 6 on the weeks that I work, 1 to 6, Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday or something. Just kind of depends. But then I'll be taking like huge chunks of time off. So I'm taking off. So there's like next Friday and Saturday is currently open. Then I work the 9th through the 13th, somewhere in there. And then I'm taking off the 14th to the 24th because I'm spending the 14th to the 17th working on Imagination Project's launch. And then Mark's coming to town for a week. I'm not going to work when he's here. Imagination Project's website is going to be so fucking sick. All the things that it has, and we had to redo it. because someone named Beck is going to be running it. And it's just easier to have her build something that she was like familiar with. And so it's like being rebuilt with all of the things we needed. So it's going to have a forum to replace the Discord and the Facebook group. I mean, y'all can still go fight if it's Facebook if you want, but it's got a forum, and the forum has a section for triggery shit. So if you want to talk about QAnon, or you want to fight with people about masks or whatever the fuck, you have your own section for triggery shit, and there should be no reason to talk about QAnon anywhere other, but you have your own place to talk about it. And if you have the desire to talk about stuff that triggers everyone else in the other sections, then you get to ask yourself, what about you makes you want to do that? And if you don't like the QAnon stuff or the triggery shit, and you find yourself going to the triggery forum, then you get to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And so I just feel like I'm making it my mission in life to figure out how to make people stop fighting with each other. But it's got that. It's got a new economy section where if you have a financial need, you can put up an ad or whatever, and then your Venmo info, and then people who have money and want to contribute can contribute straight to people. It's got a thing for people who want to start a business or a collaboration or an artistic endeavor, whatever, and they're looking for community to do that. It has a section for people who want to help people through their awakening, but aren't like, you know, who are just like buddies. I'm sure that's going to turn into a little bit of a disaster. But there's another section for people who are just getting started doing readings or Reiki or whatever, who need like an internship and, you know, to learn their craft. And you can offer like free or extremely discounted services. And then people who don't have money for reading from someone who's full price can come and get get what they need from someone who needs someone to work on. And then, and then there's My Baby, which is the stuff. But the forum I'm pretty excited about. The forum will not have any moderators because I don't believe in moderators. I know that there's moderators in the Facebook group and I'm against it. Yeah, that's it. So there's just a place, like, people had a really hard time figuring out how to get to the Discord server. And, you know, this forum is lighter and brighter and different than how the Discord was. But Beck did an outstanding job with the 5,000 things I listed off. And then also for the, there's a whole section of awakening informed mental health professionals for people looking for a therapist that can work over Zoom and who, like, you know, is awake, because it's really hard to, you know, communicate your stuff with someone who's not fucking awake. My friend said narcissists have such low self-worth that they are overcompensating by thinking they are a gift to the world and everyone else is trying to take their energy and therefore bad. Yeah. They only exist externally, so they need that constant feedback. And when you don't give it, they just are like, that's why Trump is like turning into Hitler, is because you fucking mocked him and we humiliated him, which is like the opposite of what you should do with a narcissist. I get it though, so it's fucking hard not to do. But this dude's just overthrowing the government himself. We should send him a card, honestly. He tweeted the other day that congratulations, people living your suburban lifestyle dream. You'll no longer have to worry about poor people moving into your neighborhood or whatever. And I was like, you just like can't do anything in the fucking dark anymore, man. Like, he's just saying what people, like, you know, what rich people have always thought. He's just like vocalizing the whole thing, honestly, because I swear to God, people, if you're a piece of shit, you just have to publicly be a piece of shit now. Need an awake therapist for my kids, preferable that takes Medicaid. Am I dreaming? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know about the Medicaid part, but I'm going to try to really build that community. Like, I think there's a lot of awake therapists out there. So and that is just like free advertising for them. Like, none of this is paid. think you might have to sign up to log in or whatever to keep spam from coming through, but like everything's free. Everything's free on this site. So there will be an option to donate to the site. That is to give money to the person who will be taking care of it. That is not to donate to Imagination Project itself. If I end up taking money for anything like that outside of Patreon money, which I do that on purpose so I don't have to I don't want bosses, then it will be something else. Someone else will run that and it'll be full disclosure and whatever else. But the idea is just like, here's a person who has a need. Here's a person that can meet that need. Let's introduce you. So that's why people are going to say like, hey, I don't have money for my rent. And then you can go give them money for their rent. I'm far from an expert, but I got put into billing the mental health company I work for. Let me know if I can help with insurance questions. I love what you're doing. Super excited. Want to practice my Akashic records. Yeah, I'm so stoked for like the community part of it. And then Beck will actually be running a network of providers that I will not be involved with at all. But where you guys create your own community and help build each other up and compare notes or whatever, like of people who provide services. I'm so excited. I had kind of a rough community night last night, and I was crying and was just fucking sad. And then she sent me the website, and I was like, it was exactly what I needed. I'm really fucking excited for the launch. So I think what I'm gonna do, they're still trying to transfer the directory over to the new thing. I think what I'm gonna do is, if it's ready by then, is we will launch for like inside group. So launch it like to you guys first, Patreon first, and then on the 14th, and then work out the kinks, because I'm sure there's going to be issues. And then the episode coming out on the 17th will be Beck and I talking about Imagination Project, and then the public will know about it. Public, the people that listen to the podcast. And then Mark is into town, and I'm not going to want to work, and it'll probably go to shit. All right, I am going to go buy groceries or something. I have one box of gluten-free chicken nuggets and some almond milk, and they're terrible together. I have to stop putting almond milk on my... Sorry, I don't even know how to be funny right now. I'm very tired. Sorry, this was a little all over the place. I'm excited to like settle in and get not a set schedule, but kind of more of a rhythm. It's definitely been helpful for me to be alone so much and kind of reset. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow night, same time. Have a great night. I don't know why I saluted. Take care.